The Salinas Valley is in Northern California. It is a long, narrow swale between two ranges of mountains, and the Salinas River winds and twists up the center until it falls at last into Monterey Bay. I'm John Steinbeck, the author of East of Eden. I wrote this book from my point of view, even though I have nothing to do with the story. Despite that, some of this book actually makes some sense. Much of what I believe in focuses on what it means to be human. And I believe some people are more human than others. And I know what you're thinking, John, it doesn't make any sense. Everyone's a person. Every person's human. And you're right. Everyone is human. But some people are missing out on something. Whether it's some pain that's been afflicted to them, how they see the world, or a choice they've made. Thoreau describes it as burrowing into one's mind. Some animals have a snout and 4 paws. Thoreau sees our minds as an organ of escape. Whatever the reason, some people refuse to liberate their mind from torments and expectations. This is a big theme I discuss in my book, East of Eden. The Dalai Lama would describe what these people are lacking as compassion. I've recently made my way through the Dalai Lama's Ethics for a New Millennium, and I was surprised. When the Dalai Lama isn't convincing children to suck his tongue, he actually has some pretty good ideas.
And suck my tongue.
Although I agree with him that compassion can be seen as the window to see people for who they really are, I believe in something a little different than the Dalai Lama. He thinks the world is missing out because we have more in common than we realize, where I believe our true humanity lies in our individuality. Individuality has been the engine for all of humanity's biggest steps towards progress. Whether it be as fickle as lyrics and a melody to a song, or the realization to plant food in the ground, or to stop living in the trees. It's always one person's decision or creative mind that propels all of who follows him after to live differently in a more efficient way. Sure, groups may come together and improve on these ideas, but people must have the open-mindedness to have the courage to think differently than one another, and to share their ideas and to accept ideas, again with an open mind. This is why individuality is such a crucial part of being human. In order for a man to feel fulfilled, he must have the courage to think differently. And in order for a man to help the people around him, he must do the same. When I say man, I also mean women. There are certain times in life when, for no reason at all, someone will wake up and the world will feel new to them. Oftentimes, when every reason points to them being miserable, these typically miserable experiences, maybe your wife shot you and left you to raise children you don't care for all on your own. Or maybe you had to start smoking cigarettes just in hopes of receiving a decent grade for a school project. Whatever the miserable experience is, it can liberate a man from feeling miserable. Their new perspective may feel like they broke a pattern of reacting to the world happening to them, because there's no logical reason for them to feel the way they do. But even this transcendent feeling doesn't mean they're not part of the world. That feeling is still a reaction itself. The tribulations one must face to feel liberated is similar to a storm passing over the ocean. The waves are so rough, the tide seems directionless, the ocean's black. The storm lasts, it seems forever, no matter how long it really is. When it finally clears, the ocean and sky were never so blue. And the air is thick with reward and light in the lungs. This brings me to Timshel, a term the characters in my book, East of Eden, define as thou mayest. Timshel refers to the courage to live unapologetically and to trust one's own perspective regarding morals, similar to Kant and his idea of enlightenment. Kant sees enlightenment as the courage to trust one's perspective. I think I myself, John Steinbeck, and Kant would both agree. Reading books like East of Eden and works of philosophers work to liberate one's mind from a two-dimensional perspective of the world and give him the courage he needs to live life with an open mind and to think differently, to liberate one's individuality and humanity.